Lads, welcome back to Fusion YGO, and today we are bringing you the live twin deck profile. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's just do it. So starting things off, you're obviously going to be running 3 copies of Live Twin Kill. So Live Twin Kill lets you summon a Live Twin Lilla monster from your deck when it's normal summon and there's no other monsters on the field. And during your opponent's battle phase, when they declare an attack, you gain 500 life points. Then there's 3 copies of Live Twin Lilla. Lilla summons a Kill monster from your deck, and when your opponent declares an attack while you control it, your opponent has to pay 500 life points. This actually can come up in game states where you need to close down the gap a little bit, or you're coming from behind. This can be a really useful tool to be able to do that. Then we're going to have 2 copies of Live Twin Kill Frost. Frost is, if you control a Lilla monster, you can special summon it from your hand. And then while you control a Evil Twin monster, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you get to draw a card by banishing it. Pretty nice. Lilla Treat is here as an extender, and in battle phase, when either player takes damage from a battle involving an Evil Twin monster, you can banish this card and target one face-up monster your opponent controls to lose attack equal to the battle damage. So you can use this as a way to reduce the power of another card if you're just trying to go for game or clear a board. The last monster for the Evil Twin package is going to be Evil Twins Kill and Lilla. So this card is in here for the Trouble Sunny, but it does have a summoning condition that allows it to be special summoned from the graveyard or from your hand by tributing 2 link monsters. And if this card is special summoned, you can have your opponent, if they control 3 or more cards, send cards to their graveyard until they control only 2 cards. So it's a pseudo version of Evenly Matched. And then if you have a Kill and a Lilla monster in your graveyard, it gains 2200 attack. It's pretty nice. Your Searcher, 3 copies of Live Twin Sunny Snitch. Sunny Snitch allows you to search any one of your Live Twin you can add a Live Twin monster from your deck to your hand. And while you control an Evil Twin monster, every time your opponent summons a monster, they have to pay 200 life points and you gain 200 life points. 3 copies of Secret Password. It'll search any Live Twin spell or trap. 2 copies of Live Twin Home. Home allows you to discard a card to special summon a Lilla or a Kill from your deck to your field. It is once per turn. So I've cut this to 2 because you're able to use it reflexively and stuff like that, but it's just an extra starter. And then 1 copy of Evil Twin Challenge. Challenge allows you to target a Kill or a Lilla monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And then immediately after this effect resolves, you're able to link summon using monsters you control as a link summon for an Evil Twin Link monster. And that's going to do it for the Live Twin section of the deck. Next up, it's going to be the hand traps. So we're going to start with 2 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru, it's just an extra big boy. It clears boards. This deck can lose to Nibiru, so it's here for that as well, which we'll get to in a little bit. 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It's the most generic hand trap. Another card that can hurt this deck, so you want to run it, and you want to make sure that you don't always see it, but you want to have it in case you might need it. 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. This card can hurt this deck, but it hurts a lot of current strategies, so having access to it is just a good thing. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. It is currently one of the best hand traps in the format. Veiler is just really powerful. And then 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Imperm is equally as powerful as Effect Veiler, but the ability to turn off back row can actually come in clutch. You just have to, play smart and play around stuff. So that's going to do it for the hand traps. Next up is the supplemental stuff. So first up, 2 copies of Pot of Desires. Because this deck doesn't have enough draw power, this just helps you dig to starters. It's very rare that this deck ends up killing you because you run a lot of 2 and 3 ofs, but it can. I don't have access to Prosperity, and I don't have another card I'd rather play than this, so I figure the draw power is just better. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talents. This card is to either A, get rid of more cards from your opponent's hand, B, steal one of their cards and force interruption, or C, draw 2 cards. Any one of those is perfectly fine. It works perfectly well. It's just a good card. 2 copies of Crossout Designator. This deck can lose to hand traps. This deals with hand traps. To continue that, we have 1 copy of Called by the Grave. And then this is a card I'm testing. I don't have Forbidden Droplets, so Droplets is not an option for me right now. I can't afford it. It's a $100 card. I can't afford it right now. But if you have them, you can play them over this. But right now I'm playing 2 copies of Cynet Crosswipe. Being able to tribute a Cyberse monster when they target it with something like Effect Veiler or Infinite Impermanence, I can target a card on the field and destroy it. So I get to send it to the graveyard. I tribute it as cost for the card effect, or as part of the card, for cost. And then, I get to pop a card. It's cool, it's cheeky, and it's a great way to be able to play around Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler, especially in this current format. That's gonna do it for the main deck. It is a solid, sweet 40. Let's dive in the extra deck. All right, on to the extra deck. All right, so starting things off, we're running 2 copies of Evil Twin Kisakill. Kisakill is the one that lets you draw 1. Once you use the effect of Special Summon, though, you are locked into Fiends. And in order to draw 1, you have to control a Lil La monster. Then 2 copies of Lil La. Evil Twin Lil La, when it's Special Summon and you have a Kisakill, you're able to target a card on the field and destroy it. I've never actually been in a situation where I needed more than 2. But if you're gonna run 3 of either of them, it's gonna be 3 Kisakill because the draw is better. 3 copies of Evil Twin's Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny is just really powerful. So first things first, it's 3,300, pretty nice. As a quick effect, you contribute it to Special Summon 1 Kisakill, up to 1 Kisakill, and up to 1 Lil La monster from your graveyard. Does not target. You can banish this card from the graveyard to send 1 Evil Twin monster from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard. Send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. So it's got a Dingirsu effect of sending. It's got a Goki rematch effect, and it's pretty good and it's big. It's a really good card, and it's a fiend. So this card it's clutch. It really is it makes this deck super good because now if you can get to this during your opponent's turn, just individually with this card alone, you are able to draw a card and pop a card and chain block the popping. So you could force your opponent to do extra things to do it. And the draw is always nice. 1 copy of, so I'm running a full Nightmare package. So 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Nightmare Griffin. Phoenix is to pop back row. I make that probably the least of these, but Phoenix can come in clutch depending on certain matchups. Nightmare Unicorn, the ability to shuffle things on the field into the deck is really powerful. And Griffin, being able to reset things from the graveyard and lock your opponent's Special Summon monsters out of using effects, really good. So that's why we run those. 1 copy of Access Code Talker. I almost never make this. That's it. This card's here in the off chance that I have to. It can close games if you're in a weird game state where you just need something big to punch. This can be something big to punch. That's really the only reason it's here. Unfortunately, this card is not super great in this deck, but it's not terrible either. Then my rank 2s, I run 1 Gachi Gantetsu. This is good if I know I need to play around something like Torrential Tribute. This card just lets me play right through that. 1 copy of Sky Cavalry Centauru. Centauru is can't be destroyed by battle. And then if it battles an opponent's monster, you can detach an Xyz material from it to return the opponent's monster back from the field to the hand. Card's pretty good. 1 copy of Downer Magician. I had the space, and Downer Magician being able to just, go is really nice. And last is 1 Zeus. Zeus is, the big boy. Gotta love Zeus. This card comes in clutch a lot. And that's going to do it for the extra deck. Now diving in to the side. In the side deck, we are running a lot of back row hate, so we're starting with 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster and 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. This is to deal with back row decks, and because I hate back row decks in this deck. So those 4. We've got 2 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance and 1 copy of Imperial Order. This seems correct. It's just a way to slow down or kill a lot of spell-based strategies. And slowing them down can be huge. Force interruptions, good stuff. 3 copies of Evenly Matched. It's evenly matched. And then last, I've got 3 copies of Torrential Tribute. This is if I know I'm going first. This card comes in clutch. And the other card that I like to side in if I'm going first, like Signet Crosswipe will come out for these, is 2 copies of Signet Regression. Signet Regression reads, if you special summon a Link monster, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it, then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 Signet Regression per turn. So one of the things you could do with this deck, and it's something that I'm contemplating, is you could cut one of the extra deck cards and you could put like Dagda in and main deck or side deck a Scythe. And then with this, you could target your own Scythe, pop it, you can link summon, you can pop 2 cards, 1 card on their field, 1 card on your field. You get to draw 2 cards. You basically get a Pot of Greed and a double pop and lock them out of the extra deck for like nothing, just no cost. It's actually pretty crazy. So I like this card just for like the weird instances you can do it. It's just something I'm testing out. It's come up clutch a couple of times in testing, but it's pretty interesting. It's a pretty neat little trap card. All right, lads, that is going to do it for today's deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think of my Live Twin deck profile in the comment section below. I think this deck is absolutely insane. It's super fun. It's actually pretty consistent because you run so many 1-card combos. And if you guys would like to see a combo tutorial on how Live Twins works and different plays and lines of play you can go into doing it, let me know in the comment section and we'll do that for you. And until next time, lads, good fun. Have luck.